Part two. All right, so talking about my flows, like these gypsy expressions, I go to a space and flow where I almost don't remember what I do. And it's literally like I no longer have a body, and my mace is this extension of me, but it's all fluid energy. Like you'll see this like roll and writhing in some of my flows and my movements, and it just feels so good. It's natural to me. It's my connection. I'm so connected to like everything around me, the senses and so on. And but so how do you fucking package that in a program? How do you focus when you're that deep and break it down, or pause and say, what would I need to say here, and how do I, this movement, like that's not even something I can fucking cue to. So I videotape myself for a lot of these, and then I started opening myself up to being a little bit more conscientious in flow, and just kept a journal right there. And then whatever song was playing, I kept repeating that song, because that beat, there was something there that was also like an intuitive reminder for me. Like, okay, here's where it is, and this is where I pull over, and this happened after this. And I had to do the one thing that is tough for me. I'm an air sign. I'm always moving. We're always blowing this way and that way. Stillness, patience, focused dedication. Like I am that type of creator where things like one idea sparks like 5 other ideas, and it just like transcends into this big fucking tree. And that's like how my mind works too. It's just constantly like shoom, 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 one thought here, do. So for me to be able to pull in and sit myself down and just focus on one square of a thing has been challenging and rewarding, because it is happening. It's getting better. And so it's like this focused flow state. It's just like working, but I also do that sometimes in work, which is like 5,000 different things are going on at once. Like I have 10 tabs open and doing this and that and the other, and shit tends to get a little sloppy when you do that, and so I was like, yeah, we're cleaning up the self-image and so on and so forth. And we're doing that on the inside of the brain, scrubbing the mindset. So, it's time to tackle the structure of things and start getting stuff into place to where you can access this, and acknowledge that you're an artist and a teacher and a creator, all in one, and you can do it all. And that is because that's how talented and that's how much belief I have in myself. And that belief has been built and is so strong now because of how many times I didn't believe in myself, but still chose to continue moving forward. Every single time I've come close to quitting or giving up or just letting go, one shred is always strong enough to grab onto and get up and keep going. Because this tool, this practice, has opened up so much for me. And I attribute my growth in education, in mindset, and compassion, and just myself as a human, as a woman, to this tool, because this was the tool I picked up and I've stuck with, and I followed it. I've fought for it. I've cried for it, and I've helped create a community for it. Not just this tool, but this practice. I mean, specifically Still Mace Flow. And what it has evolved into and what it has allowed me to evolve into. I've evolved with this practice, and that's where, it can get quite personal regarding like the future of Still Mace Flow and what happens. And, when Leo created this, I don't know that he necessarily had the idea that it would go that it would turn into this, maybe. And you know, in recognizing how personal and how attached to this practice I am, you know, I can only imagine that being tenfold for him. And imagine, you know, eventually with things, when they get, when you plant a seed and the tree grows big, more seeds start to come and more trees start to plant. And so it's like being the gardener and just sitting back and watching this happening. It's from the thing that you created, that's sometimes hard to let go of. And so, yes, we want to protect the practice and honor it and watch it grow and blossom, but we don't want it to be in such a way where it feels like you can and cannot do this, and if you do this, you're in or out. No, this is a community that is welcoming and receiving and open and curious. And so, you know, with all that being said, this flow series that I'm going to put out, just know that this is the type, everything that I've spoken to, you know, wanting to give back to this tribe and support it and make Steel Mace Flow a practice that is as deep and as, you know, historical, if you will. I don't know what the fuck to say. Jesus. As deep-rooted as yoga. Yoga's like over, 2,000 years old? Can you imagine that? Like, I have a goal for a practice that will live on. I have a goal for after death. I have a legacy, something that will live on. And so will Leo. And so will everyone on our team. And every single person that picks up a mace and flows with it, and every single coach that teaches a student now has a legacy, something that lives on, and they got to be a part of it and be a part of its growth, its evolution. And I am so lucky and blessed to say that I got to be a part of the start, the beginning. And I was there for the beginning. I'm going to be there all the way through, and there is no end to it. That is the goal, is to have no end to Steel Mace Flow. So, my series is going to be very personal, and, you know, that's where the stress comes in. I get a little nervous about, you know, making sure everything is on point and the wording and verbiage is good and the meaning is there and it's clear and concise and worth people's time and worth people's money. You know, worth Leo investing in me again. And of course, it's fucking worth it. It will be worth it. It is worth it. My experience, my essence, my coaching, and my time are valuable and of meaning. I have meaning. My flows are meaningful. And so are yours. And so are you. And so with that being said, am I still going to have some stress? Yeah. I'm going to have some late nights. I am sore as shit today from doing my own flows yesterday. I've been coaching myself and speaking and coaching how I'm going to break it down and making intimate notes. Yeah, I write myself intimate Steel Mace love notes. Don't you? This is so me, just so you know. I mean, I don't show enough of this. I don't show a lot of this online. Just how quirky and silly and yeah, this is me. Hi. Anyway, I'm signing off. We're gonna see if these videos will even upload to IGTV. I guess we'll just upload them to YouTube. They're gonna go somewhere. They'll be on the internet. So, thank you if you're still watching this. Much love to you all. Signing off.